And I think it's really interesting that you mentioned that you got like your diagnosis of, a couple of these things was a bit later on in life. And I was going to go on to ask you, what was it like for you in childhood? Because obviously you get a diagnosis a bit later that I think it can kind of spin a lot of how you viewed the world in like your younger years. And how was that for you, if you don't mind talking about it?
Yeah, I think what's hard is like I was quite good at school. And I think a lot of things don't get noticed because you're quite high achieving.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh, you find things quite easy and all of this, but it's like there was a lot of anxiety and mental health problems going on. There was a lot of like social issues, like just not quite fitting in with some people and like some bullying and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think kind of from like age 15, I was starting to like really struggle, when you start getting like GCSEs and like all of
Yeah.
that. I feel like I've lost my train of thought with the sound.
That's all right.
But yeah, I feel like honestly, you're gonna have to edit this like tiny bit.
Do not worry about it,
Saying?
because I think that actually this is a perfect representation as well, because I don't want it to be like filtered and edited. I want this to be like your experience, what it's like for you, so that other people at some level maybe be able to understand that this is your reality. And maybe
Yeah,
that will
no,
help benefit someone in the future.
you're really right. And it's so hard. And it's like today I was like, oh, should I like get dressed in something or should I be more realistic and like be in pajamas and things like that? Because I feel like when you kind of want to tell your story, you want to kind of tell it in the best way that you
Yeah.
can to be best understood. But then also sometimes that can mean like editing out like parts of your disabilities, which is
Yeah.
also not helpful either.
Yeah, exactly. Like 100%.
Yeah, but yeah, going back to autism, ADHD things and stuff, I feel like it made a lot of sense in hindsight, knowing that they were the issues, and I really wish that I'd known a lot earlier, because I feel like you think a lot of it is you, and you're the problem, and you just don't like. It was someone who was autistic who eventually told me like, literally you're autistic, when I was asking the question like, literally what is wrong with me? I don't understand why things are so much easier for some people and I find them so hard. Like we just had loads of meetings. They were like a colleague at the time, and it was like we were in a fluorescently lit room, and then I was like hiding under a blanket and just being like, oh, it's too bright, too many people, like too many meetings and stuff. And it's just like, if I'd have known those things earlier, I actually think a lot of the mental health problems could have been managed a lot better, and I would have felt a lot better because I would have known what I could potentially do about things.